Good evening, one and all. It is Sunday. I'm fairly certain it's Sunday. I've lost track of the day of the week because of all Christmas, but let's get into some good old Warframe. Except, you know what? That's the wrong screen to go into, isn't it? Let's go into this one. First things first, thank you very much there, Miralabe, for the 5 gifted subs, and Shezbot for the 25 months of Prime. Let's get that alright onto the tree, shall we? Because it's still December, the tree hasn't come down just yet. Alright, we have a bit of tinsel. This can go.
Yay, it is Ken time again.
Yep. Bring it down. Ooh. There we are. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. There we go. Beautiful. And as I look away from Petra with the 21-month resub as well. Thank you very much, Petra. That's 2 bubbles on the tree. Let's grab those. 2 bubbles acquired. One can go onto there, and one can go. I think there's the branch here. Yes, there it is. Splendid. Splendid. There we are. Ah. And the moment I sit down,
Smile.
timed exceptionally well. Alright then, Miralabe, with the 26-month resub there. Much appreciated, Miralabe. Let's get a bauble for you as well. Ah. Alright, let's see. Where do we go with this one? I think I can slide onto this spot right here. There we go. Another bauble added to the tree. Dr. Lassie, is there a command for your haircut? I mean, just saying the word haircut is enough to trigger the bot. Normally it gaslights everyone and laughs, what haircut? What haircut? Yeah, no, there is absolutely no denying it is there. I thought I was pretty clear as to what I wanted when I went to the barber, because I got it whilst I was away on holiday. Yeah, this is short for me. This is more akin to how I had it when I was a teenager. Actually, I think I had it slightly shorter still then. Point is, yeah, not a comfortable length, and certainly I feel the cold outside all that easier without the mop on top to cover it up. But it's fine. It's fine. Right then, see from Brazek. Hey Ken, wanted to say thank you. Ran a one-shot of How the Frame Saved Christmas for my siblings, and they all picked, mostly based on their looks, their favourites, and we went through a whole investigation where the corpus were holding Cephalon Saint Nick on Pluto. That sounds like a wonderful adventure there, Brazek. I'm glad you had that opportunity. Absolutely. Now, a bad haircut is unfortunately not the only thing I brought back from Christmas. No, I have also brought back mouthish shoes, and so despite those, I am going to push through. It's not really that painful, though. When I take a sip of tea or have anything spicy or have some crisps with salt and vinegar, yeah, I feel it. For those of you familiar with the term mouth ulcer, you can probably begin to sympathise already. Those of you who have experienced them will already know it is not a nice experience. Now multiply that by 4. There, and then having a bit of food on the day before Christmas, I accidentally bit into the swollen one there, and so it developed another one there and there, above and below the second that had formed. And as if that's not enough, the last of my wisdom teeth is finally wanting to push through, and so that side is swollen. Because the gum is being forced out of the way. So I'm doing well. Bad hair day, bad mouth day. And that ain't gonna clear up for a week, at least. Yeah, Jade, yeah. 4 mouth ulcers, wisdom teeth, and my job is talking. Yeah, now add on the fact that I always have to deal with TMJ, which is temporal mandibular joint. so that if I don't attend to this joint here every few hours, it starts to get very clicky, cranky, nasty, horribly. And my job is to talk, as you so rightly put it. So that is my ranting today. If I at some point immediately mute the stream and look like I am wincing in absolute agony, know only that I have somehow aggravated one of those ulcers again. At which point I'll probably end the stream to hide the tears. Probably. But yeah. Whimsy problems aside, we still have Warframe, we still have farms to attend to, past to remember or something like that. So yes, and from King Grab, anyway, hi Ken, hope you had a great Christmas with your folks. Quick question, do you know about Leon's vehicle voice lines? Ah yes, Leon has a particular concern when boarding vehicles as to what is wrong with you, why are you putting me through this? What manner of infernal machine? No, 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 no. Yes. Leon certainly has a unique reaction to that modern technology, does he not? But yeah. Queen demanding I rest. Don't you worry, Queen. If I were in such a situation where rest would be necessary, rest I would be doing. You will notice that I don't appear to be constantly wincing at this moment in time, because it's barely a 0.5 during talking. But spicy food, salt of vinegar crisp, which I really enjoy, or particularly hot cups of tea, do aggravate it, and for a brief moment I feel like punching the world. But only briefly. Only briefly. But yes. Besides, if I weren't streaming, all of you lot would miss out, and that would be bad. That would be bad. All of you who subscribe precisely to enjoy the channel and free with all your emotes would be missing out, and I can't be doing that to you for too long. I've had a week away for Christmas, and that is a week enough. I think we would agree on that. So, let's instead gear up as is a standard to do so. Gear, gear, gear. Yeah, it seems pretty geared to me. I'm not going to use that extra health tank in Arcane because I don't feel it's needed. And we have a request for Urple from Byte. Byte? Get Urpled. There we are. Also, I think this is running multi-augmented. Let's swap that off for this one. We're not going to need a multi-augmented. And let's instead go for Avenger, I think will be the right choice here. Actually, no, it's not the right choice. Tell a lie. Do we have a good secondary option I can go for that I'd want to go for here? I suppose I could just mess around with let's go Arcane Precision. No, that's not the one. Hold on. Oh, they need to stop using secondary and pistol interchangeably. They really need to. Shazza say Rainbow Six players got a very nice Christmas present of getting the economy destroyed of all the hacker gifted freebies. I did see something about that briefly on the Discord. Best of luck to that community. Best of luck indeed. Let's see. Do I go for the fire rate or do I go for the ammo efficiency? Yeah, I'm going to go for the fire rate. Fire rate, good bear. Will I be doing another stream this year or is this the last? I do intend to stream on Wednesday, but I am also aware that is New Year's Eve. So I'm not confirming 100% a stream. For the very simple reason that plans are still up in the air, IRL. And that is an important date. I hope you all understand on that. Chefs will say hackers gifted out more than the USA's public debt is. Is that a translated amount more or just an in-game value more? Like, when you say $33 billion, is that $33 billion worth of stuff or $33 billion the nominal in-game value, in much the way that I have 145 million credits, but I don't have 145 million pounds worth of credits? Also, Kelton, thank you for the bit. And Mirabe, thank you very much for the gifted sub over to Wicked Radioactive. sliding right in there. Much appreciated. Wicked. Hope you enjoy that. Right, this fiddling with this setup is going to be enough. I have an inbox message. Why do I have an inbox message? Let's see, what do I have an inbox message? It's from a Mirrorlabe. It is Mirrorlabe gifting a Tau Dax Armament Skins bundle. Okay, I have no idea what that actually contains. Come to think of it, this would be a nice time to have a click-through that told me what it contains. Tau Dax Armament Skins bundle. Let's go find out. Will I be lighting any fireworks on New Year's Eve? I don't intend to, no. Let's see, there is... Okay, that is a curious looking skin. A bow skin. That is a big bow. A Tau Dax Nikana skin. Fair enough. Tau Dax Throne skin. Oh,
good evening,
curious.
Ken. Glad to be back.
Tau Dax Rifle skin. And welcome back, Moon of the ALM variety. Up onto 33 months there. Much appreciated, Moon. And I hope you're doing well once again on this lovely December. Cheers. Petrastrain, don't intend to. Sorry, you're going to have to give me the full context on that one. My brain is a sieve. Once I've said something, it drops out again. Also, a careful tea drinking. Yeah, also still go burr. We got a staff skin. Honestly, one of the more dramatic changes. Not too shabby. And then a hammer skin. Which is alright. Some interesting bits and pieces in there, for sure. Well, I don't intend to instead of won't. Simply, Petra, I tend to use more hedging terminology when I'm talking about something that is not set in stone. And I use absolutes usually when I'm talking about something that has an absolute nature to it. Like, I absolutely set off no fireworks during Christmas. So if someone asks, did you set off any fireworks during Christmas? No, I didn't. But if someone's asking, will I be setting them off for New Year's? I don't intend to. I have no plans to. However, things are subject to change, as is the whimsy and nature of the world. And so something may come up where I end up in a situation of lighting fireworks. It is just one of those. So by default, I tend not to say things which are just an absolute if there is a reasonable chance of something else happening. Like, why not? You know? When the words exist there to say the right thing, why say something that could be wrong? Master Regnak, thank you very much for dropping your prime here. Much appreciated. Up onto 14 months as well there. Thank you very much, Master Regnak. Let's get the bauble sorted for you and Moon both there. Absolutely. That's a 1. That's 2. Oh, let's try and bring a 3 with it. Oh, 2 baubles. Let's see. I am definitely running out of space on this tree, which is a good thing, by the way. So let's go. There's one over to here. Let's go with. You know what? We need some foundational ones. We don't just support the main body of the tree. Got to support the tops and the bottoms. It's the right thing to do. Petra saying, kind of felt like you might just accidentally set off fireworks. No, it's more like, say if I do end up going to a New Year's party, something where fireworks are in use, people go, oh, how do we safely set these off? Well, it just so happens the Kenshin knows exactly how to do that. And so if I then get corralled into being the man who sets off the fireworks, then I'm the man who sets off the fireworks. And then the previous question of, would I be setting any off, changes to a yes. It's simple, really. Whereas if I had set in stone, nope, definitely streaming on New Year's and not going to deal with any of that stuff, then it would be no. Do I have training in fireworks or just experience? No formal training, just experience. My dad raised me good and proper in that regard. And so, backyard fireworks, of course he taught me how to do that safely. And demonstrated how to do it unsafely as well, because if nothing, he is a very thorough man in his education. Whether that be the firework that went through the bedroom window, Or tried to. Nearly went through the bedroom window. Or the firework that set the fence on fire. The firework that set the shed on fire. The firework that tipped over and shot up the garden. Would it be the Catherine wheel that span for a moment on the nail on the fence and then just dropped onto the floor and set the grass on fire? There's just a few times we've been firework mishaps. Just a few. How do you set a fence on fire? Oh, it's simple. Have a Catherine wheel. Nail it a little bit too hard to the fence in the wrong places so it doesn't spin, and so all of the jets of sparks and whatnot are focused on one spot of the fence. And that is indeed a fire. Although the award definitely has to go to the parent of a friend who, when they were around for one bonfire night, one firework display in the garlands, and we're all just having a grand old party, she was just curious looking at a firework and detached the head of the firework from the stick. I'm not entirely sure what she'd done to get to that point, but she did detach the two, and not wanting to waste a firework, attempted to put them back together and sellotaped the head of the rocket back to the stick. Now, as it turns out, when people talk about things being not as difficult as rocket science also applies to firework rockets. My dad, having assessed the sellotaped firework, deemed it safe enough to use, and so went ahead, lit the fuse, jogged back to the rest of us to watch at a safe distance. The firework went up, span a bit, and came back down and exploded. And I was very glad that I was behind a window. We learned at that point that if a firework or other incendiary device has been tampered with, don't risk it. There's always another firework. Yeah, don't fuck around with fireworks. Don't fuck around with explosives of any kind. It can and will go wrong. You just do not know when. Well, that's my PSA of the day. Let's go murder things. Oh god, that was a fast roll. And I pressed the wrong button. Right. Actually, no, I've pressed the right button because before I go into Perita, what I actually want to do is see if I can get myself a late Christmas gift. Okay, let's remove the Hellfire from there. We'll put it back on in a moment. Or maybe we won't. Let's see. Kill 20 enemies with headshots while sliding. Okay. Fingers very tightly crossed. Let's switch that to crit support so this thing doesn't kill stuff for itself. Only I shall do the killing. Let's go ahead and get those kills. We'll just go to Mariana. It'll be easy enough to get the shots in. Do I want to do Rebellion solo? I do prefer to do it that way, yes.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Alright, that should be one. That missed. Two. Let's just check, is this going correctly? Two! Good, good, good. Oh, I finished my slide there. Five down. 15 to go. 2 out of 3 got the headshot there. And you can even get the mid-air slide. Although, none of those were headshots. That one was. There we go. The Foreman can hit headshots. It doesn't get headshot multiplier on the shotgun mode. And it doesn't get critical headshots on the shotgun mode. But it can still land headshots. There we go. Oh, that one wasn't. He's got his back to me, he's got his back to me. Both of those are annoying. Got that one. And that's 20. Cool, we can leave the mission now. Easy peasy. Okay. Dang it! Dang it, even with a critical chance modifier on there. But the Artax is the wrong weapon. We're just going to have to go into the arsenal, refix Verglas, and I'll have to try again some other time. Blast. What this does mean is I can go ahead and farm some more Samara Standing though, so let's do that real quick as well. Excuse me. I don't think I actually need to change anything for that, so I can just go in as is. Let's swap you around to damage build again. And let's go quickly get some Samara Standing, then I'll get on with Perita. Plains of Idleness right there. Let's pop on into it. You see, I don't intend to purchase a Verglas Riven. I intend to get one when the game decides to give me one. There's only so many companion weapons, so on the balance of probability I should eventually get what I'm looking for. Eventually. And in the meantime, well, I just keep scanning these. A few minutes every time I remember to do it. It's not very much work. And you get a whole bunch of standing. And if someone did want to farm the platinum and then buy themselves a Riven this way, honestly it wouldn't take all that long at all. Not all that long at all. I can't get that one from here. Come on, I can scan the foot. There we go. Alright then. Tarantino approach. That sounds like a threat. We'll just hope it doesn't notice me up here. At this point, is there anyone here unfamiliar with this strategy? Or at the very least, can't understand this strategy just by looking at it? Oh, that one's not visible. Because I think it is pretty self-explanatory just watching how it happens. It's not like the Affinity one, which is a little bit more questionable. Yep, that's the stuff there. I feel like this one is pretty obvious what's happening. Maybe not so much the stealth aspect of it, but if you think about it for a moment, it all kind of adds together. But if anyone's had a bit too much eggnog, feel free to ask. About the mission, you know, the parameters, not the eggnog. I can't help you with the eggnog. Does this work for other standings like Fortuna? This isn't giving me Cetus standing. Good question. But yeah, it's giving me standing with Cephalon Samaris. That's the standing I'm getting, because I'm using the synthesis scanner. If you want to get yourself some standing with a open world syndicate, then you'll be looking at... honestly, the best way is largely to do animal captures. Over on Deimos, because the tag system, as much as it did get improved, you probably still want to go with Mother Bounties, but it's not as bad as it used to be. It is not as bad as it used to be in terms of standing gains there. Alright, I think that is everyone in this spot. Yep. Oh yeah, you could absolutely do other missions, it's just this doesn't take any invis, it doesn't take any setup, it doesn't take any, even a good weapon. This is just grab an Archwing, fly above everything, scan them. What does Samaris Rep give you? It gives you, well, the things from Samaris' store. Most notably for me at the moment is I'm looking to get companion weapon Riven mods, as they are only sourced there. But if you're looking to farm platinum, aside from just getting those Riven mods, you can also get yourself the companion-specific mods like Looter. Looter sells for a fair amount of platinum. And this is not exactly a difficult farm, it's just one you have to do daily to get full value out of it, as you can't really bank it up. Could have sworn more enemies are supposed to spawn in this area, but oh well. No more that I can reach. We have these. He's actually undercover. We'll just grab that one. Can I get them from this angle? There we go. There we go. And then these lot. Oh, can Acquisitus occasionally sell a companion ribbon too? Fair do. Yeah, Acquisitus's rotating store is not one I've paid much attention to, partly because it is indeed rotating. Wow, is it really trying to attack me from so far away that it's blurred out by depth of field? And it's despawned. Okay. Well then. Where are the others? I can tell there's others. Ah, they're blending in. They're a little bit too bright. And yeah, I think the others might be underground. Grab you, you, and you. We should be getting close to the cap. 29k. Yeah, we're nearly there. Oops, I've taken a slight detour. Hello. Yeah, and before it saw me. And with those last few over here, we'll probably reach cap. Oh, I can scan the turret. Wow. Didn't realize I was close enough for that one. There it is. There's cap. Cool. Let's get out. There we are. Do you have to reload the instance at all or just wander around the map? Because of the daily standing limit, you can do it in a single run. If you're not on Steel Path, the amount you get will be a lot lower, and so you will need to do reloads then. But if you're on Steel Path, yeah, you're good. Just good. And I appear to have an inbox message. What is it? It's from Logrin! Naughty boy gets the calls. But... what? That's not coal. And what? What? Thank you, Logan. There we go. Easy, easy standing. I've already left, so can't double check the time on it, but it was only a few minutes. There we are. Gotta put Steel Path on your to-do list? Fair do, fair do. Honestly, getting to Steel Path is actually not that much of an ordeal. You only need to complete all of the basic Star Chart nodes up to the new wars. Anything that's unlocked after that doesn't count. You don't need to do those just to get access to Steel Path. On top of that, once you've got access to Steel Path, you don't actually need to do anything in terms of completing a Steel Path mission to get access to that area. Because you can go straight into Cetus on Steel Path, and then load into the Plains of Eidolon on Steel Path. Congrats, you're there. Just fly up. You're good. By flying up to about the height of the barriers that surround the Plains of Eidolon, those little pylons, or big pylons, at that point there, the enemies basically just don't turn on. They just sit there where they spawned, and so you get the stealth bonus. And it is really just as easy as that. Fly around, stealth bonus, scan, 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 pop over to the next. With a high mastery rank, every 3 days, just about. Well, with a new Legendary 5, it is every 3 days. You'll be able to get yourself a companion weapon ribbon mod. With a lower mastery rank, you're looking at 4 days, just to get the total standing. At a push 5 days, I don't think anyone drops below 25k at the level you should be doing that kind of farm, but if you are, at most 5 days. And then there you go. Is it 100k for the ribbon? Yes. So, if you are Legendary 5, you can get 33,500 per day. Which means 3 days, you got it. Is it better to unlock Steel Path before or after the new war? I don't think there's really much of a distinction, because it's not exactly that much effort to open up Steel Path, because been there, done that twice over now. Second time with the recent changes. But in terms of what you get access to, the new war is just better. The new war gives you an amazing weapon. The new war gives you access to yet more quests and more areas to explore, which means you can also get more mods, you can get more new amazing weapons. The skill just builds up and up for you. Meanwhile, Steel Path, what Steel Path gives you is an inordinately higher challenge than anything you faced up to the new war. Massively higher. And the reward is a drip feed of arcanes and steel essence. And that's about it. Once you're at the level you can handle Steel Path easily, it's just free money. You get free arcanes, you get free steel essence. It's lovely. And when you go to other places which have more modern farms, some of those farms are better on Steel Path. Say, for example, the recent... what's it? Yeah, I'd say the Varuna farm is objectively better on Steel Path. Farms like for Kome, it's a little bit more debatable because of actually dealing with the final boss monster, although that has been made easier. But largely the Steel Path farms are just better for modern farms, whereas anything that existed pre-Steel Path, there's basically no benefit to being on Steel Path. It is just for the higher enemy density, higher enemy levels. So largely speaking, New War is going to be better for you, because you just get access to more. Is there an estimated time for the new frame farming video is coming out? Not an estimated time, but it will be next year. As the video I intend to put out next is not that one. I intend to be doing a review of 2025. Basically, what's happened. Because a lot has happened, and it's a little bit hard to keep track of it all. A lot has happened. So anyone who's taken a break for even a couple months would be missing out on the details there. So, I intend to do a 2025 recap. Alright, let's see, what do we got here? Strength and Energy Max, or melee damage crit chance, max health stage chance, armorer, and bonus impact damage. Or primary and secondary damage, and fire rate. I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to stick with this, and let's go for a fight against the Dactylus, because why not? I'm going to need all of the resources anyway, so let's go for this one. Hello, Solmir. Now, we're recalling this. How is Lavos here? Does that ever get explained? I don't think it does.
Some were forced to be enemies. Relive those memories and reclaim them. After 12 minutes.
Yo! Mirrorlave, thank you very much for giving the sub over to Zom there. Much appreciated. Yo, Mirrorlave, thank you for giving the sub over to Solomir. Much appreciated. 2 in a row there. Lovely. Let's grab these other components. We got B. And there is our A item. Oop. Give. Thank you very much. Plug it in. I don't know why we have to take a time to assemble it, but sure, why not? Let's go. Yeah, that was not speeding me up, was it? Now that should, just because of getting over the gap. One dug. Two. Got it. Excellent! Off to the next one.
You can maneuver in peace again.
That's all the idea of this, and just spam objectives, really. I feel like that is the best way to get the resources I'm needing.
Make the Anarchs regret their disloyalty. Cut them down.
Oh, just cut them down? That's... oh, yeah. Don't have to tell me twice on that one. Let's see, I've got 113% raw bonus.
Look what my Ascaris did to one of your Warframes. What happened to
Ooh,
Upgrade
okay.
can
Yep, been looking forward to this. Hello, Caliban. How are you going to handle up against this? Pretty good? I mean... maybe not. Maybe not. It's weird, because the Burster was struggling so much before Christmas against these enemies, but I did see a patch note that supposedly there was a bug where sometimes the commandeered Warframes were just a lot stronger than they should be, at random. So I have to wonder if I got that bug when I was using the Burston, it just made it look like the Burston wasn't a good pick.
Infirmary full of wounded thanks to this minefield. We're stuck until those mines are exploded or hacked. Understood?
Understood, let's find the mines. That's a lot of not mines. Oh, bugger. Didn't see that one there. Maybe, Petra, maybe you were right, yeah, because it was in the patch notes, as I say. There was an overtuning that needed to be undertuned, but whether or not that was the exact experience you had, if that's what caused it, is hard to say. Such is the nature of intermittent bug.
Minefield cleared. You saved lives today, Tenno. Keep going.
Alright, let's head our way over to the next location.
Turrets running low. Ammo airdrops incoming.
Okay, gotta supply turrets. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Shotgun can't reach that far, that's fine. Re-up the raw, re-up the... that. And let's go plug this in. There we go. Is that another one already ready to go? That is. No. I don't see a timer on it. I think I'm being bamboozled. I feel like I'm being bamboozled. Because I'm not holding it. I'm definitely not holding it. I know I can be blind sometimes. This doesn't feel like a blindness thing. Has mine bugged out? I think it's bugged out. Because it keeps on showing this is the interactive zone. They walk into it, it turns red, but there's no timer. Alright, guess I'm just farming mods and resources. That's unfortunate. Nothing I can do about that one. A little bit disappointing. Do I like Lavos Prime? Was he good for this activity? I like Lavos Prime a lot, and Lavos in general. As for is he good for this activity? Depending on your build, he can be. I wouldn't focus on his 4 for this area, but his 2 is brilliant at speeding you around places. Valence Formation is just an omega buff. I've subsumed Roar onto him, which is also another nice damage buff. And that one builds up off for strength as well. And he's got a very easy health tank. And yeah, I was a Lavos main before Lavos had a single augment. Not in a hipster way, just in a... Yeah, I liked him right from the get-go. He's just been buffed ever since. Yes, I know I got 5 minutes left. Can we skip along to the 5 minutes bit, please? Because, I can't do any objectives! Which means I don't get the strength bonus. So I don't get stronger roars. So, yeah, screw me, I guess. I can still use that for a moment. Hit all of like 3 enemies with it because they're dying to my companion whilst I cast it. Oh yeah, absolutely Kamakai. Absolutely give Lavos a go. Crucial detail, no energy to worry about. All of the energy woes you may have had in the past, Lavos just goes, yeah, nah, not my problem. But seriously, if you want to find out more about it, check out my guides plural on Lavos. Most notably the most recent one, which is the updated one with the Prime, and why Lavos, if you want to understand more about the philosophy behind him. Thank you, Petra, for the links. Well, they said to supply the turrets with ammunition. I appear to have become a turret with ammunition. So, yeah. Well, at least I can make a bunch of sparks. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Pew, 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 pew. Look at the fireworks go. Seriously, I don't know how this one's happened. It's doubly unfortunate. We end up just kind of stuck here for a bit unless we just abort. But I don't want to abort. I got a brand new mod. I did not miss most of those shots, they were just slightly out of range. Does it hurt your eyes? What does this hurt your eyes? What is hurting your eyes here, Mirrorlade? It wouldn't be the foaming now. Powered by green Banshee energy, would it? Has this mounted you Foreman? I think this is actually default Foreman Prime. I think this is just how you get it. Yeah, Warframe can be easier on the eyes if you turn down the settings a little bit, I suppose. I have got bloom on. I have got, you know, a lot of particles. It's like you could turn off various bits and it'd be far less of an issue. I could also just not turn them off and keep the issues. It's a little harder on the eyes, but it's also prettier in general. It's just exudes more power, I suppose. They keep on sending these ships in. I don't know how they afford it, honestly. Like, I must have taken out the budget of an entire small nation at this point. "10 seconds left to farm." Some people swear by such a farm, although I've only got a single mod this way, so that's not as ideal. Alright then. Time for the trauma.
The Dactylus. A memory of how something pure was mercilessly tainted.
Obliterate it! Let's see, I can't use corrosive, so I'll just have to use heat. I'm not even focused on anything else. Maybe I should be, but just gunning it down seems to work. Outgun? I mean, what's the rest of the question there, Flo? Ooh, that is some damage attenuation right there. You're curious to see the performance with Archgun? Okay. I'm glad I asked for clarity because I had no idea what the question was and I would have guessed wrong. Honestly, looks like it performs about the same. Because attenuation go burr. There are various things that bypass attenuation. This is not one of them. I would dodge the wall of flames, but tank. Well, the big blap hit finished it off. That works. Remember right, the weak point's on the back? I mean, a headshot was doing headshot things, so I assumed that I was supposed to shoot.
In recovering these memories, you have restored dignity to the dead and protected your past from corruption.
Huzzah! Minus transference static. Okay. That is nifty. There we go. 14 Ren Hypercores, couple of Scaris Primes, bunch of bits and pieces. Yep. Got a Ashia? Yes, I did. Out of curiosity, I don't know if there's a best way to do it, but then whatever. Out of curiosity, just what do I have at this point in my operator's equipment? Not this. So I want... Ah, yes. It's not there I want it, is it? It's, Yeah, because I'm on Zenric. Because I just did a Zenric run. I need the Zenric Tauron Strike. That's what it is. Yeah. Right. Okay, well, let's attend to that. Let's head down to Sanctum Anatomica. And let's go over here. Needless white screen, but there we go.
Have you come to pray?
And then if we go here, we can also pick up these bits and pieces. Now the resources do cost. a bunch of other resources, as do mods which I already have. There you are. I can skip the widescreen via the escape menu. I shouldn't have to skip it at all, to be honest. How in 2025 we're still getting white screens as transitions, I don't know. Warframe has blackout transitions all over the place. And then has a whiteout transition. Again, here.
I would argue that
That's just not necessary.
was, but he has no problem telling anyone who will listen.
Anyway, we'll grab that. And seeing as I have the resources, I might as well grab this as well. Oh wait, how many can I get? Oh, you can just buy any number of them here. Never mind, I'll hold off on that. That one's not got a purchase limit. Didn't realise. Okay, that's fine.
Follow the righteous path.
Now, as for these, I can pick up one of these now because, of course, Melee gifted me the pack. And I'm close to be able to afford the second. So that is good. Or third, I suppose.
In the void, it seems the knowledge of all possibilities still lives, n'est-ce pas? And those forbidden words are written on the pages of the grimoire of Zenoric. Father Leon, the time is nigh.
Okay. Wasn't expecting this today.
Righteous Rel, guide me. The Tenno you will cast out from now seek
Oh,
your
yes,
aid.
yes.
In your name, Yorosholov.
I forgot that's how they summon the books and stuff. I don't really understand how they do that, but they do that.
The grimoire of Zenoric. I pray it did not whisper to you, Father Leon. Such secrets are perilous. Soul be blessed.
Alright.
Farewell.
Huzzah! From some say, I noticed a difference in the fact that Kim's have like trigger warnings, she can opt out of conversations, but they still have white screens, like crazy or disconnect. Honestly, some things pop up and some things don't. I guess. Minas, is that how you progress through the ranks of the Syndicate? This Syndicate doesn't have ranks, does it? I don't believe that it has ranks.
Forgive me for my earlier hesitation in dealing with you.
But to speak to Father Leon, you need to get to, I think it's liked by with Marie.
Proven to be so. I do hope I do not come to regret this. Father Leon Allard, at your service.
Yeah, Kim conversations. They're not optional if you want to speak to Leon. However, speaking to Leon gets you, well, this. So, decorations? You can have a gilded microscope. A sentient bone effigy. Large. Yeah.
From one mad dream into another. When will it end, Mother Lua?
Yeah.
Insolent.
Okay, yeah, you have yourself your best of days, mate. You have yourself your best of days. Anyway, retrieving these sexless artifacts, we can see that in order for me to get the next one, I need to get myself another 9 Ren hypercores. Which, yeah, let's do that. Petra, let's see, your question was... Have I farmed out the other operator weapons? Well, good thing you got to see the screen right there and then, which answered your question. No. That's why we're here. Okay. No bugs this time, please. No bugs. We slam into the wall. We get to remembering.
brought to light, and we have little time. Return to the days of the Parita Rebellion,
Okay.
when the Dax Anarchs turned former sentient allies.
Now we've got this as the starting objective. I really hope this one doesn't immediately break.
Our turrets desperately need resupply. Ammo airdrop en route. Keep the drop zone clear.
Okay, that looks good. That does look good this time. Let's go this way. And then drop zone over here. Why they put them in random spots? Who's to say? We just grab the bits and... Oop, this way. Turn them in. Ta-da! One down.
Fighting shape.
Bunch more to go.
Time to rest. You're needed elsewhere.
Time.
Your objective is an Anarch shuttle.
Ah, shuttle uplink. A long one. Okay. There we are. Now, I recognise I have been very fortunate when it comes to farming the Tectalis in that I got gifted one by DE, and then because DE's gift doesn't count as a gift, I got gifted one by Mirrorlane. So of the 3 artifacts I currently have, very soon to be 4, one of them I have farmed. And to be quite honest with you, considering I've nearly farmed 2 of them, I'm glad to have 1 more to go after that, not 3. I would speak with a few other people who had a different opinion on this. Some people feel that this farm is perfectly fine. It doesn't take that long, but you don't need all the strikes. That honestly, for something so big and powerful, that it's worth having that amount of time attached to it. That you spend time getting the focus as well, blah 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 blah. Other people's reasons, other people's excuses, dare I say, for why it takes so long. I disagree. I disagree. I think this farm is absurdly long, simply because it is just one thing. If this farm took this long, but it was elsewhere in the game, it wouldn't be a problem. Straight up, would not be a problem, I can tell you that now. If you had to do the equivalent of getting 100 of the same Void Relic, it would feel a bit rough, but then if it was getting 100 relics in general, you'd get there. The point is the nature of the material you need to get dictates how much of a problem the farm is.
Shuttle is safe.
And in this case,
Indicate Anarch targets near
you can only come here.
Get moving.
You can just and only come here. The resources are all here in Parita Rebellion. You don't get an alternative for it. Imagine if, to farm focus, the only way you could get focus was by doing bounties on Old Valis. Or something equally limited. Oh sure, they've got different oh, ouch. Oop, I missed my healing. Why am I not healing? There we go. But yeah, if you had just one area to farm focus on repeat, that would suck. Bye. Cheers. Ooh. Dale Tier saying, just tried Unoko build, love it so much. It's funny seeing the shrooms doing millions of damage with each bounce. It is a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Glad it's worked out nicely for you. Oops, I'm supposed to be plugging things in. I've just been shooting and talking. My bad. I was so carried away with murder I didn't realise I had something different to do for once. But yeah, if it was the same amount of time, but it was effectively passive along with farming various areas of the game, wouldn't be a problem. But it's not effectively passive. It's not done alongside other areas of the game. It is effectively a content island. You can use the stuff elsewhere, so it's not quite a content island as per the normal definition of it, but you can only get it here. You can only farm it here, and you're here for a very long time with basically no other relevance elsewhere. Yeah, that's gonna stink. That is gonna sting. To say it's something you then have to charge up in missions to utilize, and lock in a certain focus group, and need to get the mods for with the cost for them.
Thanks to this minefield. We're stuck until those mines are exploded or hacked.
It adds up. Booster doesn't work as a real issue. A booster is an issue, and it's one that I agree with is a bit weird. You know, people pay for boosters to get double resources. The paying customers looking for the paid boost they were offered. I find it a bit weird in this day and age, and I'm saying that, I'll be quite honest, because past me would shudder at the thought of defending such paid boosts. But it is the reality of a live service game like this. Point is, when that boost doesn't work for no discernible reason, that's weird. That is very, very weird.
An allied transport moving in. Do not let it reinforce the enemy.
There we go.
Transport is scrap. There'll be no relief for the Anods today. Now make it count.
Definitely go for my Lavos builds as well, absolutely. I mean, you can see for yourself, they work. It takes a lot to make Lavos concerned about everything. Hello, Cheese. Welcome on in. Uncotada say maybe it would consider be paid to win. Literally, boosters in Warframe are pay to win. Of a sort.
Take out the assault squad. In the air,
They give you double affinity, they can give you double resource drop rate, they can give you double resource pickups, they can give you double credits, they can give you double endo and arcanes. Yeah, pay to win. If winning is farming, then yes, you pay to win. That is how Warframe is set up. They don't really hide it. It's right there in front of you. And if you don't like it, I mean, well, that's a fair stance to take, honestly. But then Warframe is a free live service game, and they gotta find a way to make it work somehow. So, yeah, you get what you get. There we go. Okay. With the turrets loaded up, this is now just a shooting round. So let's shoot. Someone has to pay for the game? Exactly. And so, when it comes to free things like that, games which are accessible for free, I genuinely consider the free versions the free demo. If the devs choose to offer a lot or even all of the content in the free demo, then lucky you. There's a dev just that damn generous out there. If they make it where it's supposedly free, but end up nickel and diming you for absolutely everything to disguise the cost of playing the game, that is a bad one. Luckily, Warframe is not such a nickel and dime game. But ultimately, back in my day, you paid for games in their entirety, and when there was an update, it was a new cartridge that you had to purchase and plug in.
And if you wanted to try the game for yourself before you bought it, well, either you found yourself a demo, or you played it at a friend's house. That was the way. And we liked it,
except apparently a lot of people didn't. So, free demos are now indefinite free access. And the paid version gives you more. Am I sure I'm not Fibonacci? I'm fairly certain I'm not Fibonacci.
But I can see the resemblance.
But it's not me. Never has been. Energy core located. Excellent. Let's go grab that. Close enough? Ah. Were it so simple. Were it so simple. No, Shazbot, no. People are not required to pay anything to play Warframe. If Warframe want to make something that is please pay at this point, then they'll make that. The ecosystem has been made as it is. You see, someone playing free to play still ends up supporting Warframe. They support Warframe in various ways. They can support Warframe by filling out the player queues. And so others who want to play with others have those others to play with. Oh, I can't kill you in 4 seconds. No. No. Ah, God damn it. Someone who's free to play will still end up purchasing themselves things with platinum. To get that platinum, they needed to trade. To get that platinum in a trade, someone bought it. Every time. So from that perspective, the free-to-play player is again supporting the continued development of Warframe. There is an ecosystem that exists within this game. For better or for worse, it is an ecosystem. Well, one magazine would have taken out the health bar there, but I just wasted a few shots. And come on. Oh, that's going to be enough bullets, let's be real. Drill from above! Oh, that was in fact not enough bullets. Okay. Oh, because raw ran out. There we go. Yeah, 203% raw does that to a boss. Platforming feels weird because it's farming people's money because you want to stay free to play. I mean, it depends on how you want to look at it, really. I've played enough games at this point where you can farm their premium currencies that the way I look at it is just an entirely different perspective to what many will have from seeing it time and time again. On the one hand, you could go, well, I could spend this same time and earn vastly more money at my job or something, and then just put a little bit into the game and buy what I want. But then when it comes to farming, you one, are playing a game, so I'd hope you're enjoying the gameplay cycle you're going through in the farm, and two, it gives you a different sense of accomplishment. See, when you go through the process in a game, you're earning points, and then you get the thing you want. Whereas, if you just buy it outright with money you've earned from your job, it doesn't have the same accomplishment to it. It doesn't have the same, you've earned this. You have. You literally went to a job and earned it, but it can come across very differently. And because it's different for different people, we get these different ecosystems that interact and allow it all to work together. So whatever one person's economy may be, whether you are flush with cash or if you are scrabbling at every opportunity to get something in-game, it does work out. Yes, Mirai, I will be upgrading the focus trees as well, but I'm going to focus on getting the weapons first. Then I'll upgrade them. Well, I suppose I can upgrade this one now. Make it more effective, seeing as I'm using that one down Imperator. The problem is that it's going to... I'd have to go through the focus tree. Downside with that is that it's going to cost Imperator resources. And I need to hold those for the moment. But yeah. From King Julian saying, went 6 years without giving D a dime except TanaCon. Finally came this holiday, bought all the Gemini skins. Do as D's give me so much value over the 7 years, feel like it's about time to repay them. And that's fair enough. That is fair enough. As weird as this might sound, I've never purchased anything in Warframe. My own cash. Never. I've never purchased a Prime Pack. I've never purchased Regalia. I've never purchased Platinum. Never. And I don't feel the slightest bit bad about that. Not in the slightest. For starters, Warframe's already doing pretty damn well financially. We can see how well they're doing by what they produce and what they put together in the form of events, giveaways, charitable causes, yada yada. So it's fine on that side. Even before I was a Warframe creator, I still hadn't spent anything on it and was still doing just fine as far as I'm concerned. I might say before being a Warframe creator, I mean before being recognized as a Warframe creator, even when I was doing videos, even when I was buying some things for Platinum just to get them quickly enough to do the video the way I wanted to, I still hadn't purchased that Platinum with real world money. I had traded for it in game. Since I've become a Warframe creator, part of the official creator program, as it were, I have received various things from Digital Extremes. I've received weapons and Warframes and cosmetics and Platinum, things that just kind of end up accruing where you're in the position that I am in. That happens. And I do nothing to hide that fact, it is right there. And again, that's only happened because I provided value to DE in the form of videos and live streams, like we are here with them right now. So I don't feel bad about the fact that I've technically never purchased anything from DE. If anything, it's a good thing. It is a good thing. And the reason I say that is it means then that when people say, oh, can you play this game free to play? Is it actually accessible? Yes, it is. This account has never had a purchase. Straight up never. I've been gifted so many things over the years now from DE that it is impossible to separate the account from those now. It is just straight impossible to separate the two, so fair enough. And likewise, I have received gifts from viewers who can miss the number of boosters that Mirror Labor sends me over time now, which again, cannot be separated out. But it is good for me as a content creator in general that I can say, outside of, yeah, here are the gifts I've received, but even before those started happening, it was entirely free to play, and I still managed to kick off all the videos and live streams I was doing. Before the point that I was large enough to be recognized where I was, it was still there. And yes, very much Chaos. Yeah, I have the Dan Tayford Arwen account. That lovely Zero to Hero run. Completely without purchases. Completely. To the point that in the video I did recently on how to trade in Warframe, I got to show Dan Tayford Arwen turning on the 2FA that enables trading. The only way to be in that position is because I hadn't already done it. So, honestly, yeah. From my perspective there, D, and seems from D's perspective as well, they've gotten their value plenty over from the work that I've done basically advertising the game. which also is why live streaming of video games actually happens. It is the single argument we can give time and time again for why live streaming games should always be allowed. We are advertising the game. If the game cannot sell itself through being showcased by a live streamer, the game simply isn't good enough. It's just the end result of it. So yeah, how often do the 75% deals appear? It's randomized. So frequency is hard to say as no one's really measured it. And can someone measure it? I don't think that's even possible. Just because we don't know enough as to how it's even put together to give you an answer on that, sorry. It just happens when it happens. She's saying streaming Warframe does have its issues, especially for new players. I mean, anything has its issues in one way or another if you look at it long enough, but that's a beautifully vague comment that I can't really respond to. D in the Warframe community is what you're in? There you are, yeah. D is doing plenty right in the Reb. I will say, since Reb became creative director, Warframe has significantly improved. Not just they've updated it and built more things, it does feel like they've improved the overall direction and mentality of the development of the game. And I love that. I love that. It's alright, Cheese. If you have a specific point to raise, we could certainly talk on it, but yeah. Saying there are problems is like... okay. Cool! Way to take the other side. Hell, if anything, the other side from no one. Red made a schedule and the team has stuck to it. It seems better organised now. They have managed to keep on schedule, absolutely. Mostly. Obviously, they've had some delayed updates, bits where they've had to split it out. I do find myself at times concerned for ambitions that fit a schedule like that. Because creation and development doesn't happen on a schedule. And so you reach a certain element where you're like, are you getting this out on time? In the right manner? With the right content that we would want to see? Or is there a crunch and rush behind the scenes that we would begin to wince about? I try not to think about that too much because I simply don't have enough information. So, better not to think about it too hard. Also, before I go through all of that, I can pick up another Tauron weapon, so let's go do that. From Alton Toe saying, the main problem I heard from a purely stream perspective is the time gate for the Hex finale requiring the chemistry. But that's only an issue for streamers. Yeah, if someone's trying to speedrun everything Warframe has to offer, and then there is something which has a very little time gate on it, yeah. That is going to be a problem. And as much as I understand why time gates exist, time gates that you can't buy your way around, you can't earn your way around, you can't do anything about, they just sit there. I can certainly see the frustrations. Certainly see the frustrations. Hell, people get frustrated enough when there are time gates you can buy your way around, like the build times in the Foundry. But it is just, nope, you can't progress here. Other people can, but you can't because you got here later. There, that's not great. That is not great. Do I take issue with the daily standing limit too? So the daily standing limit is also one that causes barriers in places. Those barriers are less pronounced, but easier to come across. The time gate on the Hex finale is you simply can't access the finale. Come back later. But make sure you come back day after day after day to be able to come back later. Whereas the time gates on the syndicates, by and large, it is, sorry, we can't give you this right now. Keep playing the game on future days, and you can have it. If you really want the stuff the syndicate gives you now, pretty much everything can be purchased for platinum. Is there a certain weapon, a certain warframe, a certain upgrade you can't get yet? Yes, you can, platinum. Not always, and things like Profit Taker are still locked behind that time gate and resource grind. How that shakes out? And again, I think this comes back to it being a live service game. If you could purchase Warframe the game, then you would purchase Warframe the game. You would have infinite slots. You would have no standing time gates. You would have no resource gates or max caps on things like your void traces. Build times would be instant. You've acquired it. Bam, you have it. There you go. MR time gates wouldn't be a thing. You could do one immediately after another if you acquired enough mastery, that kind of thing. How much would one have to pay to unlock Warframe like that? I wonder. How much would they dare charge to unlock Warframe? But because they don't, because there isn't a buy Warframe the game button, and it is a live service game, then by the very nature of how people play games, it is understandable that the best thing for DE is to have those gates, have those barriers to tell you to come back. You get that cycle. Why up saying you can't really put a price on a continuously made game? I mean, you can. That's how it used to be. Expansion packs. That's how it used to be. This is the new era of games where you can just play them. You get a free expansion and all the content is just included for free. Big inverted commas there because a lot of it isn't free. It's just cosmetic or pay to skip or some other variant thereof. Now, the biggest problem with expansion packs was splitting the player base. If an expansion pack comes out, brand new update, whole bunch of new things, oh, but you need to pay. Come on. Come on. Pay up. You want to take part? Join the rich kids. What's that? You can't afford that? Because you're a 13-year-old on your second-hand Xbox you got from the market, hoping, praying this one would survive, because there's no way you can get a second one if it's broken, there's no way you've got any proper warranty on it, so it's just gotta live. And out comes an update, it's got DLC, deal with it. Right. Okay. Yeah. Or worse still, if the game doesn't bundle in enough of those expansion packs shortly down the line. So that you go, oh yeah, I can join you on that game. It's been out for a few years. Okay, fair enough. Let's have a look then. And you go, hey, here's the game. A DLC 1, 2, 3, and then the revival pack. And then you need to get the New Age pack. And then you've got New Age Part 2 and New Age Part 3. And you're kind of going, okay, which one's the game? Where do I get the game? How do I just join you guys? And it puts people off. It puts people off. So the free expansion model was basically formed as the replacement to that. And that does mean then that it needs other ways to get people to keep on coming back and spending. Either creating these premium currency economies, or you have it where it creates paid cosmetics of various tiers of cost, paid boosts, which are more acceptable in PvE than they are PvP, but exist in both in some games. Yeah. It is the nature of the industry. We would like to separate the art and the business. We would like to appreciate the art and ignore the business, but we can't. We just can't. Is there FOMO in Warframe like to level of Destiny 2? I've never played Destiny 2, so I can't really weigh in on that. Is there FOMO in Warframe? No, but. No, but. There are some aspects. There was the original Founders Pack, and that is basically how Warframe had its funding to get started. So honestly, deal with it. That Founders Pack is pretty much cosmetic. Pretty much. So, it is what it is. The heirloom thing that some people reference, that was entirely cosmetic, so again, doesn't matter. Kind of. But it is still something that you can never get now. So there is that. But Warframe does bring in new prime frames and rotates out the old ones into what's known as prime resurgence, and so if you don't get them at the right time, it can be problematic trying to get them later. You have to interact with a different market. Certain cosmetics could just be unavailable for years at a time. So there is that aspect of it. They literally just take cosmetics off the market. That's it, you can't buy these now. Never mechanical items. Never mechanical. Just the cosmetics. Mechanical items, you can reach to a point where you can't farm them, but you can still buy them from other players. The prices will trend up, but because there's enough players, there's always enough to purchase if you've got the platinum. So you do run into some issues there. There are some items which are locked behind seasonal events, and if you don't get them during the season, then you're just going to have to wait until they roll around again. There are bits like that. And as Molten's Host points out, Destiny 2, you can't even play the campaign from the base game. They removed it. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, Warframe is not immune to criticism in that arena too. Warframe has had a series of events over the many years, some before I even started playing the game, some since I started playing the game, and those events are gone. Their dialogue, their missions, their relevance to the world, gone. So, this is perhaps clearest with two aspects. Alad V and the new war. And I'm not going to spoil anything here, because I know we got some people here who haven't experienced these, but suffice to say, Alad V has a storyline which, if you were there to experience the events as they happened, would make a lot more sense. As those events have gone, and they haven't been turned into quests, everyone who started since then has no idea about that storyline. Unless you go searching for it, it ain't there. You have to go out of the game into wikis and videos to piece the bits together. And likewise with the new war. There was Operation Scarlet Spear, Operation Orphix Venom. If you don't know what those are, they're not coming back. Orphix got relegated to being a massively altered and watered down game mode with none of the real story behind it, and Scarlet Spear is just gone. Just gone. All of the drama of it, all of the seriousness of it, gone. So, as much as people do talk about the issue with Destiny taking away various parts of the game, and yet that is a serious issue over on Destiny, worse than it is in Warframe by a lot, Warframe is not without its criticism. Warframe is not without its criticism in that regard. even recently, because pre-New War stuff was a fair while ago now, even recently with the operation with Jade.
Oh,
I would say
take your time.
I forget the exact name of the operation, but the operation with Jade's release, where we got dialogue between Ordis and Parvos. That dialogue is gone. They may bring back the event. They have already brought it back at least once, so they may bring it back again and again. But if someone started today, where could they access that? Wiki and YouTube. That's where you get it. So yeah, I'm not saying Warframe is even remotely close to Destiny 2. I'm not even in a qualified position to make such a claim because I've never played Destiny 2, or Destiny 1 for that matter. Never touched it. And at this point, never will. But,
As we would cleave the void, so you would do with your enemies.
I still don't believe there are good enough reasons to remove story-relevant events. If we're going to spend the time creating it, spend the time keeping it. Even if the event's store closes, to take the story away is kind of an insult. I'm open to disagreements on that. I'm open to points in favour as to why it should go away, as I talk all over this, because, I'll be honest, it's a bit... It gets old as soon as it's happened twice.
Rest now, Leon, dearest brother.
Because they don't really have a lot to say. It's a bit of drama over not a real lot that I can piece together. But yeah.
Soul keep you.
Belly of the Beast. Dialogue should be baked into normal Ascension mission. I agree. It's kind of weird that the dialogue that happens very neatly within the mission doesn't run during the mission, and it's just like... What? Does Eve have any major FOMO asked by Bitson? Where do I begin? I'm going to begin by not beginning. That has a very complicated answer. And it's best we just don't. What is Eve? Eve Online. A very unique MMO. Space-based, full PvP, full loot craziness. A wretched hive of scum and villainy with the exact opposite of Warframe's monetization process. The exact opposite. Suffice to say, it can be an enjoyable game. It is more of a cult than a fan base. And, yeah. But yeah, I've heard bad things about Black Desert Online. I can't compare and contrast the two, because again, not played. Let me just give you the most egregious example I can give you. The truly most egregious example that feels so out of place compared to basically any other game. Because of all of the crazy shenanigans that happen there, all of the highlights, all of the lowlights, all of the PvP, the PvE, it's hard to really quantify and appreciate just how insane a lot of that can be. Positive, negative, or otherwise, kinds of insane. But I can boil it down to this. There is a faction of players, a group of players in EVE Online. All they spend their time doing is just destroying other people's ships. And this might sound innocuous enough on the surface. It's like, okay, there's going to be PvPers everywhere. Okay, and it's a PvP game, that's what happens. Yeah, no. They do so only in the areas of space which is supposed to be quote-unquote the most secure, because they can kill you before security gets there, and whilst they always lose their stuff in the process for having killed you, they don't care, they can afford it. There are other penalties that are imposed for attacking people in such secure space, to again try and disincentivize it. They don't care, they can buy their way out of it. So they do it anyway. And they don't target you for any monetary reason. They don't target you to make a profit, although profit is nice. They will target players because they can target players who can't shoot back, who can't do anything about it. Their entire reason d'etre, their entire motivation is to go around killing people doing basic missions, people mining the cheapest of rocks, and I do mean the cheapest of rocks. There are some of them who will even kill people in the basic mining ship that is so disposable that is probably worth less than this sheet of tissue I have right here. Yes, I had a spill earlier. It is there still because I expect to have another spill by the end of the day. I know what I'm like. And these people, they don't go around on their own. Or rather, they do. But they don't. You see, in EVE Online, you're allowed to have any number of accounts. And so long as you pay the subscription on those accounts, with in-game money or out-of-game money, doesn't matter. So long as you pay the subscription to elevate it from a free account to a paid account, you can have any number of them online at the same time. You can have any number of them online at the same time interacting, flying as a fleet. Which means if you have one person in a big, expensive, powerful ship, and one person decides they want to destroy it, they online their 14 accounts at once in cheap but high damage ships for their cost. They fly in this fleet of glass cannons, and they open up the cannons, killing their target before the police comes along and destroys all 14 of those ships. They lose a handful of money. Their target loses a lot more money. And that's that. What can the target do to stop that? Don't play. That is the solution. If you want to do that gameplay, do it elsewhere where it's worse. Or don't do that gameplay. That is pretty much the counter. Even if you try to be on edge and watch out for these threats, there's only so much watching out one can do before you're just told, no, just don't. That is your answer. And yes, EVE does have a botting issue. They will never disclose how big of a botting issue is, and they will deal with it in their own ways, however much they deal with it, but yes, there are definitely bots. So in terms of healthy games, EVE Online is not it. It is a game that demands a lot of time. It is a game that does not care if you mismanage that time and get your shit kicked in. It is designed to be harsh. It is designed to be ruthless. And even if someone has basically no skin in that game, someone else, simply because they can, will push thy shit in. They could go and fight anywhere else in the game. They could go fight in high security space, in low security space, in null security space, in wormhole space, in Potchman. They could fight in small 1v1s, small gang fights, medium gangs fight over structures, get into full block wars. All kinds of stuff happens there. They could make wars, actually declare wars on other groups in high security space and follow the rules of engagement there. Or they can see a bug and step on it. If only because they can step on it. So do bear that in mind when talking about EVE Online. Do bear in mind that despite anything about the economy, despite anything about the way the game can or perhaps should operate, know that looking in from the outside, you can see a game where someone can spool up as many accounts as they desire, so long as they have the finances for it. They can operate all of those accounts together. They're not allowed to operate them automatically, But there are ways and means to streamline the operation in a way that even two Warframe accounts side by side could never reach that level of. And then by operating that grand massive accounts can basically override so many of the checks and balances in the game and just go screw you. And whilst an equal number of players would be strictly superior in every way, because you'd have 15 brains running 15 accounts rather than one person running 15, the sheer inertia required, the sheer friction involved in getting together 15 people overwhelms it entirely. So yeah. There is a lot of fun to be found in EVE Online. But finding that fun and the cost incurred to reach that fun are for a very, very slim portion of gamers. And by and large, I wouldn't recommend it. I dare say I probably should never recommend it, on account of those who do find and enjoy it may even come to regret their enjoyment of it. Is there a more damning review I could give of a game that I play than that? So when I say I'm aware of various monetization and game design elements in various games, there's your black and white. Yeah. And then up the cake with the absolutely penetrating question. So Ken, after saying all of that, what keeps you coming back to EVE? Because yes, I do play that game, and yes, I do have 2 accounts on it subscribed at this point in time. I have an unread message. Thank you, Brule, for the Xenoflora decoration. In answer to your question, Oven, or Oven Cake, I should say, there's nothing like it. Oh, I've searched and I've tried. From Elite Dangerous to No Man's Sky to non-spacey games of various forms. Oh, I have tried. Cheers, Timpest. There is nothing like it. There is nothing that gives you the shakes and jitters, and not that skittering sound, that was right in the ears. Nothing that gives you shakes and jitters quite like the PvP in EVE Online. There is nothing that has such a grind to a goal. So much gravity to it than like what happens with EVE Online. Just today, I decided to do a major move operation from one location to another. It took me hours. Hours of moving stuff, which is a unfortunately large part of EVE Online, is moving things to where they need to be. Logistics is a big damn deal. Also, logistics means something else to EVE Online players, but let's not get into that. And in that move operation, I had it streamlined in such a tight manner because of the threats of how it could go wrong. And right down to the very last, when I was 5-10 minutes from done, it turns out that I had made a little bit too much commotion just by existing. Whilst I saw this one, let's load up our next, shall we? Just by existing. Someone with a little bit more time on their hands than I would prefer that they had connected some dots. They saw the way that 2 accounts were suspiciously travelling around an area that they hadn't been seen in before. They noticed a certain pattern to that movement. They noticed that these accounts would leave an area without going through the way you leave the area.
However bitter the memory,
Just
everything depends upon
gone. And so with that in mind, they figured out, well, there's got to be somewhere. This happened yesterday, this happened today. This happened today. And they found me. They found me just as I was trying to move the second to last shipment. I popped through one location into the less secure area, and there appears the trap. It springs to life around me.
We'll send their secrets right back to HQ.
They should have had me. Except, ya boy's not that easy to catch. I don't go down like some chump. Oh, no, 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 no. I was fit to deal with such a trap. At least at a basic level. And so, when they did set that trap, I escaped from the first one. They had their second character moving in to catch me on the other side, but they were too slow on it. They were too slow. And because of that, I managed to just about, and it really was just about, within a slapping distance, just about, get away from it. And they held the location for a bit. They're like, you want to come through here? You got to pay the toll? I'm like, you know what? Honestly, I've moved basically everything. So, I'm good. I ain't paying. Let's see who can wait out the other. Turns out it's me. We had some banter. Theirs was not particularly great, but hey, whatever, we tried. I need to be getting into position. In the end, I did manage to get the rest of my shipments through without any hassle. But it was, it was a little bit of a seat clencher on that one. Did not expect someone to notice me in such a backwater location, but noticed I was. From Spelson, have I looked at other social sandboxes other than Eve, like Ash's Creation? So I've not really looked at others, no. Not to a large extent. I've dabbled here or there with a couple of friends, but nothing that I could say is a major investment. And part of that is because, well, quite frankly, I've seen it. I've seen it. I'm good, thanks. I also have a very strong love for sci-fi, so that does sway my opinion quite a bit there. Now, as for someone asking earlier, why do I have two accounts? Actually, the two accounts helped out in that very situation, because it meant then that I had basically a second pair of eyes, a second set of actions I could take simultaneously. And so I could better navigate this situation. I had greater vision as to what was going on and could better handle it. If I didn't have that second account there, I would have been half blind to what was going on. Oh, I need to go get the energy core. I'm going to have to grab multiple of them now because I've done this too slowly. Yep, gonna have to grab multiple now. My bad. Oh yeah, the CEO. Oh, you're online. Does not make great decisions. I'll just leave that one at that. Ash's Creation is early alpha. I'm out. I'm gonna be honest. So many times, so many games. Early alpha, early alpha, early alpha. Get it whilst it's hot. You know what? No, I'll stick to a game that's at least pretending it's finished. Thanks. There's enough other games out there. I'm good. I do pass immediate judgment on early alpha because, oh, gods above, I do not like the ecosystem of releasing games which are not actually half finished. And Warframe is only in beta on a technicality, so don't even try that. That is disingenuous or naive. One of the two, take your pick. The creative director herself said that Warframe's only still in beta because there's nothing they could really do to justify as bold a claim as saying Warframe is now released. It is released. It is continuously released. It is only in an open beta, insomuch as they never declared it no longer in a beta. That's it. That is it.
Ops has identified one of Galastra's commandeered primes. Draw them out and neutralize them.
Alright, let's go over here. Blow that up. Go over here, try not to fall. Did it receive some support because they're in beta? Is that a myth? I don't know the ins and outs as to which bit you're referring to there, but I would take a guess to say if devs could get just some straight up benefit for technically never releasing their game, why would people release their game? Straight up. If it was better to not release it, why would anyone release it? Am I playing Warframe or not because it's not sci-fi? The theme of it is definitely less my cup of tea than a sci-fi, but that's not my biggest reason to be uninterested. I've seen the gameplay, I've seen the speed of it, I've seen the nature of it, I've seen what they're trying to sell, and I've seen others videos or streams of what that experience is, and it's just not grabbed me. It's just not made me go, wow, enough. I also still feel like the game was announced far, far, far earlier than it should have been, but there we are. That is past. Yeah. What do I mean by the speed of it? Exactly what I said, Petra. Gameplay pacing is a thing. That was such an unnecessary finisher, but whatever. Was it really unnecessary if it looked cool? I mean, something can look cool and be unnecessary mechanically at the same time. It is what it is, really, on that aspect. Could I elaborate on what was wrong with it? Not in a way that's significant, Petra, no. Just that I have observed the gameplay pacing and nature of Warframe from people who've showcased it, including the Warframe devs themselves, and time again looked at it and gone, I don't think that's going to be a good fit for me. It is just that. Sometimes you have enough experience of something, in this case, gaming, to look at a gaming experience that is showcased 7 ways to Sunday and decide you don't want that weekend. There is nothing more substantial to it than that. It's not an indictment of the game itself. It's not a request for them to change it. It is simply, I'm good, thanks. I have my cup of tea, you have your cup of coffee. We'll stick to our own drinks. As and when they get around to declaring something more akin to a release of Warframe, I would be open to giving it a look and see if my assessment holds, or if I may be pleasantly surprised. But I have been unpleasantly surprised by a number of games of trying them out simply because other people like them. I am far past letting other people's enjoyment dictate my decision on buying something. Far past it. There we go.
What a shame. No dinner for the tax anarchs.
From Viper. Oh, that's a bit of an essay. All my friends wanted me to play Destiny 2 about a year ago, and not gonna lie, that game is confusing on how the story is now, plus the skill of the Titan Warlock during the year. I feel like I was just after experiences and Hunter seemed to be the gun. Plate class. They got outclassed by the other two simply by getting more damage bonus than the 2. Seems like they lost their vision halfway through. Fair enough. Again, I've never played it, so I can't really comment. No offense, just, yeah. I can't really add to that. Alright, eliminate the captors. Bring me the captors and I shall eliminate. One down, one to go. Can't say, is it petty? The thing that's keeping me off soul frame is the way armor damage reduction is calculated. I mean, if that's a deal breaker for you, that's a deal breaker for you. Who's to say on that? Games are supposed to be fun. If something takes away your fun, then don't have it. That was not the way to go. Is it over this way? There it is.
Marking critical anarch supply caches. Make them ours.
Let's get these cases. Yeah, fair enough, Gals. If it's a flat DR and you prefer rapid attack gameplay, I can see the pain there. Alright, I'm gonna just ignore the objective, see if I can kill this Ember in 10 seconds. I cannot, because she is casting, and they get a lot of damage reduction while casting. Yeah. If it was a different frame that didn't have a long casting animation, I could have killed it. But not going to get through that.
I know what it's like to have your very mind deformed and broken. This stacked
Oh, yep, need to switch weapon here.
for all its kind.
There we go. Hold on, where's that face? Wanna get the extra bonus damage. Re-up the buffs, because I let those run out. My bad. I don't even know what this zappy spinny thing is supposed to do to me, but it's not doing. I said, this thing is tanking like a bastard. Is there a weak spot I'm not seeing? I really suggested there'll be something over here, but... maybe. Or maybe just damage attenuation have run out. Yeah. Well, there we go. I have a question about Apparit's Rebellion Order. Do you know how to hack the mines when you have to clear a minefield? You need to slowly approach them. When they pop their top, that's when you can press X to hack them. If you get too close, they explode. So it's not normal interaction range, you do need to hang back. Slow approach. Alright. Bonus damage and just... bonus damage. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. How's it clear them quicker though? Instead of giving you a small percentage progress, it gives you a big percentage progress. That's how. You don't have to clear all the mines. You clear enough of them through hacking that it just says you're done. Have I done any testing on the new Arcane? I'm going to assume Arcane's plural there. And if you have, what do you think of them? I've done a bit of testing, not a huge lot, because Christmas break. So I can't weigh in too heavily just yet. Let's mix it up and go with... we can give Hunholos a shot. Why not? I'm going to need the mixed resources regardless, so why not? Let's do some Hunholos. Alright, let's see. What's our order, please?
Memories of the Perito Rebellion.
It is draw out the commandeered prime. Sweet.
12 minutes
Prime straight away.
Before the memory of the Hunhullus itself will arise to drag you under.
Target approaching. Was I not playing at all during the break? I didn't have access to my computer during my break. I was away from home entirely.
Your warframes cut down my comrades like cattle. See how it feels.
Prime down. What a waste.
Let's continue our progress. Okay, we need to capture cases. Looks like one is over this way. Wait. Um. Ah. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do about this one. Yeah. I don't think there's anything I can do about this. We're 2 minutes in. Oh well. Let's try again, shall we? That was a particularly bad memory, I guess. Can the atomic cycle be summoned Imperator? No. Alright, so what is my new objective? Draw out the commandeered prime Warframe. Well, at least we got that back. That's nice.
The ghosts that haunt you. The Hunhullus awaits.
Commandeered prime warframes are the strongest weapons.
Don't really need to use that, but it's fine. Alright then, commandeered vault. Everything is the same. I really hope it doesn't keep being the same.
Spotted.
Look what my Ascaris did to one of your warframes. What happened
There we
to
go.
an operator can happen to you too.
Still never quite clear what happened to its operator, but sure. You know, it's took a lot today in bounties. Yeah. The game do have bugs. We don't call it bug frame for nothing.
Capture some of our bracular
Alright, I've got a different objective this time, so that's good.
before they give them a core override.
There we go. What's next on that? New orders over this way. Use this for a boost.
Reinforcements. Where in Soul Sky did they come from?
There we go. So there is something
Which
about
Predator boss is your favorite?
there is something about Warframes. Sorry, the operators being sealed into a Warframe and dying with it, stuff like that. But the Ascaris is not a dead Warframe, so it starts to then lead to questions as to, well, what has happened to the operator? And you know what? Let's maybe not think about that too hard. Let's instead say, Captain Sweatpants, thank you very much there for the 15 months of support. Much appreciated. Which Predator boss my favourite? I think it might be the
Critical intel loaded on
the group of Warframes.
but it's gone dark.
The Vanguard, I think it's referred to.
Power into max.
I think that might be my favourite one, yeah. The Dactylist is just kind of... It's a nifty engagement, but it doesn't feel like it's trying to kill me so much as show off its abilities. That's one of my core issues with boss fights, is their tendency to be, let me show you my abilities rather than let me kill you. Doesn't feel like a boss fight that way. Whereas against the Warframes, it definitely feels like they're trying to kill me half the time, yeah. Similar as with Hunhullus. Hunhullus seems a little bit preoccupied with just button mashing. That it doesn't feel like I'm trying to defeat it so much as turn it off aggressively. But I've never been a big fan of boss fights in video games anyway, so may not be the best person to ask.
Uplink successful. Can't let this data go to waste. Marking next objective.
You know, did the operator transference in the old war? Fairly certainly did, yeah. Fairly certain they did, because otherwise how would we use it here? How would we, in the story, activate transference? We relearned it during the war within. Because it was hidden away from us. I am supposed to be locating scanners. Over this way. There's one. Lovely. Second one will be over this way. They can block me, but I can still find it. There we are.
Those nosy bastards are about to get a nasty surprise. Move.
Next orders. Oh, this way. Don't know why I couldn't see that. That was on me. Okay. Crate capture time. Ah, much better. There's someone in range. There we go. Okay, we got the Ember. Again, least favourite to encounter because as soon as she starts doing her big world on fire, she gains a big load of damage reduction, but I managed to kill her first, so we're all good. Yeah, if she starts doing the whole meteors continuously rain down, that damage reduction ramps up. Order executed. Next area. Okay, we need to destroy the transport. Well, that's not supposed to happen. There we go. Heavy weapon. Don't think it was really necessary, but it looked a little cooler. The overguard did not last long, though.
We can't mass assault troops because of Anarch pinpoint strikes. Need you to take out their targeting array and give our guys a fighting chance.
Sure thing. 5 minutes left on the mission. 5 minutes. Another code out this way. Hold on. Oh yeah, that is running, yeah. And then slap it in, keep going. There's another code. Walk through the fire because Lavos. And fairly certain I got the code. There we go, thank you. Lovely. Next one. What do we got here? Supply turrets of ammunition. Okay. Okay, that nearly got me. One.
A commandeered prime or one of the insane ones. I don't care.
Hi, Caliban. Oh, gotta recharge. Bye, Caliban. Yoink. And we need one more. Spawning over here. 1 second left. Yoink. Good thing no enemies disrupted that one. Bomb. We're at 9 orders executed. Let's see if we can keep this up. Okay, we're not going to keep it up if I do things like that.
Christmas, mate.
Yo, Yatta! Thank you very much for continuing your support here. Much appreciated for the 54 months there. My guy, thank you very much. And I did indeed have a lovely Christmas. I hope you had one as well yourself.
Hypkin under attack. 800 strain energy. Death near. Helpkin now.
Yeah, helping. Doing the things. Oh, there's the energy thing. Okay. Powered up. Okay, need more energy. Energy core located. There we are. Is indifference what we used to call Wally? Yes. They are one and the same. Wally is the man in the wall, the laughing manifestation, the doppelganger. And is Wally that sends the hordes of shambling arm-based enemies, which is also referred to as the indifference. It is all the indifference. Oh, shuttle uplink. Alright, well, 10 orders executed it is. That's what we get. That is what we get. Ah, that's a shame. Oh well. So 1 minute until the showdown. 1 minute until the Hunhullus. I think it was a Hunhullus I picked. We'll have a grand old time with that. Is Wally a result of the Void, or is he the Void personified? Speak to Roth about that. Roth has some very particular ideas about it. I feel you'll learn quite a bit from him. Whether he's correct or not now, that is the question. And yep, couldn't get this in time. Oh well. Hello, Giant. Me looking up at my ex. I mean, so let's take this one out. Shouldn't be too hard.
Confront the echo of the Hunhullus. What was done? There is no turning back now.
Huh, I didn't even shoot those things. I guess my companion did. This is not an ideal weapon for shooting those legs. Come to think of it. Let's go for the jump. What? There we go. Right in the beam. Not where we wanted to be. Try not to perish. Perishing anyway. There we go, we got it. Cool. You done? There we go. Took a moment for it to decide it was done. Let's be real, was the Hun Harness ever designed to be a proper war thing? Oh, okay. Instantly taking damage, that's nice. Or was it always designed just to be more of a threat? Just to look dangerous? Oh, gotta deal with that. Can't see the head. There. We need the third eye. Take out the third eye. There we go. Alright then. Apparently that's only the 5th time I've done that. Well,
You fought with honor. Then and now.
ta-da!
My child.
Lovely stuff. I'm using Crit Latent. Why? I'm using Crit Latent because it is strictly more powerful these days. It is strictly more powerful. And yes, I do have some decoration to hang up after that mission. Absolutely. But first, another flower. Thank you, Mirrorlabe. And yes, I am indeed using the Crit Latent. It is more powerful because D decided to keep on buffing crits. So I do go for that now. Most notably, it works out, in particular, because of secondary innovate. So the Latum is a projectile weapon, it's got a travel time, so you start racking up some serious bonus on it before you even realise it should reset already. And so you can keep on cycling between crit and non-crit with a hell of a lot of power behind the crit side. And so this thing goes, oh yeah, you did a non-status non-crit hit, so let's just go crazy with it. It is great. Don't know how well that works with Lavos, but I don't care to find out right now. It still works. Latum is insanely good. But yeah, we have the baubles for both Yatta and Captain Sweatpants put on the tree. Let's do those now. Grab them out of the box. That one's lost its tag, so I'll find a different one. Right then. Bauble number 1 can go right onto there, right near the top of the tree, because we just got not a lot of space left. And this other one, I'm actually gonna have to be creative here. That's taken here, which I think is off camera. Sorry about that. It's just on the edge of the tree. Can I show off the button? Is it just the cut? I have translated that, yep. So my standard go-to is the armor bonus one, or the one that triggers off armor. Reduce recoil, increase crits, and build. And if you want to see that at your own pace, check out the link that Petra's just put through there for you. The Burston Guide. We're on Forming Prime. There we go. So many people saying they can fix Wally. When was the last time someone said they could make Wally worse? Have I tried Grendel after the update? He's nigh unkillable. I mean, it was pretty much one of the tankier frames already, so yeah, fair enough. Alright. Once again, let's get to destroying. We need to just eliminate Anarchs. Okay.
The Hun Hullus awaits.
This is a rout. Thin the Anarch ranks.
Bop. I think that should do a good job of elimination. 2 more to go. 1 more. There it is.
Every time you grind those bastards into the mud, and I feel a little twinge of pity. I remember what they did to my...
Let's make our way to the next one. Don't worry about it, Smolson. It can be difficult to find some of the videos on YouTube just because of the way YouTube works. That's why I have !catalogue. Rather than digging through YouTube to see if I've got a video, you could just go straight to the catalogue on my website, and then you know if there's a video on something or not. All the Warframes have their own individual large icon, and then things like weapons, mechanics, farms, discussion pieces, those are in their own separate categories down at the bottom. Is there a link to the website itself? I mean, you could just go thekengineer.com. At that point, you don't need a command, you just search for the Kengineer website or go to thekengineer.com. It's pretty self-explanatory at that point. At least I think so. Clash was saying, I've been trying to enjoy Monoko, but I'm wondering what fun subsumes you can have on him. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for your subsume, really. It really depends on what you're trying to get out of him. So if you don't like the meta, at that point you are redesigning it for your own interests. What interests you about it? What do you feel Noko is missing that can be added through a subsume? Oh wow. Starting on... excuse me. God, that was so close, it gave me a sneeze. Oh. Whoosh. Alright. Another set of them down. Let's keep going. Alright, eliminate the captors. That shouldn't take a moment. Captain number 1 did. Let's give a moment. 2 did. Order executed. Next location. This way. I do get slightly turned around from time to time. If you see that happen, there's a very good chance I've just tried looking at someone's message. Nope, there we are. Launch myself next to them and then shoot them, it works. Probably having with Noko's 4 is it's kind of weird with most abilities. Yeah, subsumes don't usually fix other abilities. Not usually. They can provide alternative mechanics and gameplay that you can connect with. But the reason that Roar is such a beautiful staple is because it's a no-nonsense, applies to everything damage buff. If there is something it doesn't apply to, then it basically doesn't matter what you try to use at that point.
Shadow, help needed. I can take it.
Okay, we need to free the scout. But well, since we got this one, let's see. So it's going to go here, through there, through here, and then we need to disable this one. Take out the mine. And that should be sufficient. Incoming commandeered Caliban! Who has decided to land on the objective. Alright.
Scout just gave us critical intel, but we've got to move fast.
Oh, he's resisting. Broski. Chill. Got him. Let's go to the next location. Tuesday, Raw's really good. We get to the point where players maybe lose the ability to play without it. I don't know how that could be physically possible.
Got an Anarch targeting array lining up shots for their big guns.
Raw is a damage buff. So,
Then destroy.
how would people be unable to play without a damage buff? Is it that people can't play without it, or that it is just objectively the best choice in too many scenarios to ignore? It's just good. It is very good, actually. God damn it, I have the code. Let me do it.
Targeting array scrapped. Our troops already on the move. Your work's not done though. Get it
That's like here. Yeah, I'm using Raw on Lavos. What should I be using instead of Raw, considering it is a very simple damage buff that applies to all of my weapons all of the time, multiplicatively with whatever else is going on, and is scaling with strength, which I'm getting oodles of.
strongest weapons the Anarchs have. Fight fire with fire. And draw
When it just works like that, is it that I can't play without it, or simply that other things would be worse in that spot?
Your warframes cut down my comrades like cattle. See how it feels.
Well, I'm seeing,
I know that wasn't pleasant.
I think.
But it was necessary.
We've still got 4 minutes left with 8 orders done. That's pretty nice. Skipping over the red gem thing because, let's face it, I don't think I've ever picked up 3 in a single mission.
Anarchs storing critical supplies nearby. Establish area control and siphon supplies.
Alright, this is a bit of a slow one, but we'll get there. Is it possible to get back-to-back same objective? Don't think so, no. Never seen it so far.
Those warframes are all that make you special. See how you fare against one.
Can that one come to me? I'm kind of busy here. Actually, I can do a bit of work. I'm burning!
Cache is captured. Marking your next target.
Maybe I shouldn't be using fire against the fire frame, but it's working.
Valder, 86
Okay,
Shadow.
energy grab, so we need to get 3 cores for this,
Energy.
if we do it ideally.
Help him now.
Energy core located. That's 1. Energy core located. Where is it? There it is. Oh, shit, that was actually closer than I thought it was going to be. Completely overshot. And then we pop over here. Didn't mean to jump over it. There we go.
Hivekin safe. Hivekin think, Tenno. Tenno back to orders now.
Yeah, back to orders. Let's see, we're going to need to go this way, this way, this way. We're at 10 orders. Can I get an 11th in this time? We didn't last time, but maybe we can this time. That is a long way to go, however. Still going. It feels like the entire map has just said go back to the start. Clear the minefield. Alright then, let's see if I can do this quickly.
Thanks to this minefield. We're stuck until those mines are exploded.
1,
Understood.
2, 3, 4. Huh. I think I got the point for exploding it and for hacking it. So only nearly did 4 there. Yeah, that worked. Honestly, that works. "38 seconds to get in position. Transport? Oh, that's doable.
Got an allied transport moving in. Do not let it reinforce the enemy.
You serve one unworthy of your loyalty.
I can't see, it's so dark. 15 seconds.
Dallas's nightmares face their own kind.
Oh, there's no way I can find the Warframe in time.
Transport is scrap. There'll be no relief for the Anarchs today. Now make it count. Next objective.
Nope. It was close, but no. Also, really needlessly long whiteout. Whatever.
The dread of town takes shape. The Hunhullus is upon you. Your courage must not fail now.
Ta-da! Yep, dodge that. That's fine. We'll just recharge. Ah, worm's down. There goes a lot of my fire rate. Why can't I hit that? Weird. Is that not what I'm trying to shoot at? Okay. Never mind. Shoot the head? Thanks, Tempest. That's not what I'm aiming at. I'm trying to find out why that's not showing up as one of the Synovia thingamajigbobbly-bobs. Have I already destroyed the ones down here? No matter. Clashpoint! Thank you very much for dropping your prime here. Much appreciated. Hope you're doing well this fine holiday season. Ah! My hit points. My beautiful hit points. You only damage it, then it can't take damage other places? Nah, that's not correct. I've definitely taken out more than one Synovia whilst it's in the middle stage. Middle of a stage, as it were. It's just sometimes it seems to argue with me. By using the autoforming? Precision. Where's my grapple thingy? There it is. Oh, this time it is locking me out until then. It wasn't doing that previously when I fought it. That is weird. Definitely wasn't doing that before. No matter. Man, what is it even trying to do? I can't see. Oh my, that was... That just threw me off a bit there. There we are. Is Anolus immune to cold procs? It looks like pretty much all the bosses are at this point. Yeah. And again, with the instant damage. It's okay. I could just become immortal and sit in front of you. My biggest weakness here is damage numbers get in the way. But I also need the feedback of the red crit, so... Ta-da! I managed to make it an even more obnoxious transition.
Bravely done, Tenno. Rest now.
So putting in my absolute best that I could there. 21 Bioric Bridge, 2 Ascaris Prime, 4 Ren Hypercores. Personally, I don't think I'll get an average higher than that. No matter the setup. So that is 27 resources in 16 minutes and 19 seconds. So that comes out to 99.3 resources per hour. And you need 450 of them per Tauron. Which makes that about 25 hours in that ballpark. To get the 5 Taurons, not counting fully upgrading them as well. Yeah. Do all the bosses give their relative drops in the same amount? To my understanding, yes. Oh my god! Ooh! Mantis! Oh boy, and a Merry Christmas to you too! Do you two... Are you two preparing this together? Mirrorlabe! Thank you! I swear, are you two in cahoots? There's no way Mirrorlabe was ready on that button in time. There was no way Mirrorlabe was just waiting on that. Mantis and Mirrorlabe both, thank you very much for the 50 gifted subs each. 100 in total, which means we've already, in that one moment, obliterated the highest hype train record we have ever had on this channel. Ever. Holy shit! I'd say no coordination. That's incredible. That is genuinely incredible if that's with no coordination right there. Alright, let's read out 100 names, shall we? Thank you very much, Mantis and Mirrorlabe, in combination, gifting out subs to Link Floyd TV, to Aim Sithiora, to Kurtos, to Misora, to Kaus, to Aisha, to Onm, to Tubbs, FPV, to Guapi, to Wise Woman, to Chloromaster, to Jamiosk, to Dibvelungen, to Codatos, to Hooligan, to Helois Alice, to X Shadowhand, to It's Toasty, to Eye in the Sky, to Ribelic, to Max IGN, Dang it. No, Max your Rain. This is why we use capitals. Max your Rain. To Chrome, to H-Maz Reaper. This is why we use capitals for parts of the word. To Mr. Murdoch, to Q Formation, to the cheesiest head, to OK Maybe, to Metalhead Paranoic, to Sailing to Nowhere, to Darkwa, to Hatawagari, to a Black Rose Petal, to J Morningstar, to Tofu Pancakes, to Mora, to The Only Techman, to Adversarius, to Antaeus? I'm guessing? To El Scorcrow Prime? I think, to Zed Pookum, to Cyber Ghost, to Numlock, to Faisal, to Lemon Thunder, to Fish with a Big Brain, to Haptic Simeon, to Lu Jiao, to Gaunt Gamer, to Federal, to Patient Defense, Roni at 50, to Heroic Vanguard, to Versalcul, to Jabazuko, to Urzman, to Limao, to Inner Falx, to Dark Spirit, to Osborne, to Cadbane, to Self-Proclaimed Saint, to Voodoo Ray Ray, to TFA Someone, to Nethlarian, there we are, to Sitsimic Salis, I think, to T-Sam, to Rot, to Malta Toast Wizard, to K-Rebs, to Tocult, to Zedtrolls. Let's be real, that's missing vowels at this point. To Rivans, to JBG, to Prinosika, to Deathsculler, to Lord Syncross, to Digit, to The Gamer, to Valerium, to Stinky Thief, to MacGyver, to The Law, to Phony Fredfish, to Emotional Potion, to Feetiggy, to Ilba, to S Comet, to Minor Shinu, to Harari Hell, to Desolate Oswald, to Pipog, to Azarandia, to Brazek, to Kylo Ren, to Paraplox, to Tommy Bisk, to Lilabebe, to Sternix Putzik, to Jozu, to Official Over, and to Concha. That was a lot. Thank you very much to both of you there. That is an absolute whammy of gifts and much appreciated. I'm going to say I saw Mantis in the chat starting to hover over the 50. Wow, okay. Wow. Clued in. Incredible. So do we get 100 decorations for this or only 2? We have something special. We have something special. We have the Omega Tinsel. We have the Omega Tinsel. This one is disastrously long. And now I've really looked at it, I've called it the skunk tinsel before now, but it actually has a very slight green hue to it. So let's just absolutely overwhelm the tree with this snowy, skunky, slightly green thing. It's just about wraps up into there. Would you look at that? I can barely see the tree anymore. I can barely see the tree. But because there was 2 sets of gifts, we'll add a second tinsel on. Why not? Let's see. We go like this. This. I think that worked out. Yeah. I think that worked out. I didn't intend to give it a star, but you know what? That'll do. A tinsel hat. I don't think you've ever seen that for the tree topper before now, have you? It is very much a tinsel tree. There we go. The 2 of you, thank you very much for that extremely generous pair of gifts. Back to back there, honestly. Astounding level of support. Thank you. And we have an inbox message, of course we do. It is from Miralabe, of course it is. Xenoflora Patch 2M. Now let's think. Is this 2 months? Is it 2 meters? Is it 2 million? Is it 2 masses? Is it part of an array, a grid of them, and it's number 2M? Perhaps we'll never know. Let's have a look. I'm gonna take it from the 1M and 2M being here. It's 2 meters. A 2M patch. No! We need to be somewhere else to place it. I wasn't ready for the red boxes. What? I'm sorry. I know why it's like that. It's just the way it just jankily. I just. It's like something straight out of G1. Wasn't ready. Okay, stop. It's just stop, please. I'm just gonna place it before. Oh, you ever seen a model plant scream in pain before? Yeah. Oh boy. I don't think I can ever look at the same again. I'm sorry. Ooh. Okay. That was very, very unexpected in many ways just now. Oh, blimey. Thank you very much there, Mantis and Mirale both. Much appreciated. A happy new year to you. Okay, I think I have enough in us to go for one more round on this. Let's go. So we've had Hunhullers, we've had Dactylist, we haven't had a Vanguard run today. So let's take this build, this setup against Vanguard and see what happens. Hopefully not death. At least not mine. At least it's not all Valis grid plants. True. Square Valis continues to be a pain for Solansi. One of the moderators, chief moderator if you will, on this channel, because of all he gets involved with in supporting the QTCC for me. But yeah, Solansi particularly despises the so-called Square Valis. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about with that, and have completed the new war, I won't say. I won't say. If you want to know, bug someone in the community. They'll let you know. But for those who don't know, I won't hit you with that curse. Not right now. I won't even hint further towards it, for the protection of those who do not know, and do not want to know once they know. If you really, really want to know from me, send a Twitch DM. I simply can't inflict that on others. Unwillingly. Although I think I have shown it on stream before now, so clearly I'm an absolute hypocrite, whatever. What is happening, Tempest? The same thing that's been happening for a lot of the stream. Can talk shit whilst playing Warframe. Pretty chill experience. How do you send a DM on Twitch? If you're on PC, you want to be using the Whispers section, which is the top right of your screen. If you're on mobile, ask someone who dares to use that disgusting excuse of an app. Yeah. And if you're watching on Twitch on your TV, congratulations on typing so quickly. Honestly. Good luck. And yes, Twitch on TV, not through a console, just on the TV, does indeed exist. It is exactly as problematic to type it into as you would imagine. Only thing you want to know is whether I said Square Valis or Square Ballas. I said Square Valis. V. Valis. For those not in the know, that is the only hint you'll get. Oh, look at this! Back-to-back frames! Huh. Please, you keep on murdering my companion. Alright, new orders this way. Now imagine someone using a Wii controller to type in stuff. There are people who watch my YouTube channel on the Wii U, so there is that.
Anarchs are burying ground scanners everywhere. We're totally exposed until you dig them up and neutralize them.
Alright, thingy over here. Hello! Flap. Next one's over this way. Somewhere within this zone. It's almost like it's in the middle of the zone, actually. Oh, yeah. People say I've been working with you. Yup. Come to think of it, I think Solanzi said he had one. Okay, no, wait, why am I stuck? Ah! Move! Destroy the cannon! Alright! Let's do it. Find authorization codes. By find, you mean liberate from someone's pocket? Or are we actually supposed to search the area? Let's think about this. It's Warframe. Am I supposed to search the area? Or hit people until they drop it? Yeah, there it is. And then destroy the cannon. Now I could just shoot it. Or... here we go! Yeah! There we are. Anyway. Had to have a quest moment there, of course. It may have been slower. It may have been objectively a inferior way to do it when resources are necessary. And yet, quest moment, go burn. What school is that for? So that was the ability from Xeneric. You know, the energy school. Lavos. It makes sense. Also, now you don't have that for the rest of the run. Haha, Petra. Ah, you're so wrong. Look at the charge on it, Petra. I intentionally make sure my webcam isn't blocking such information. Look at the charge. And indeed, pay attention to the charge when I clear this next half objective. Bam. It's still super hard to charge if you're not in Power to Rebellion. Power to Rebellion, you get half charge, roughly, every time you complete an objective. So yeah, it's a little thing that is very quietly included. I think I only noticed when wondering, wait, how do I have it charged at all?
Damned bastards, hell.
Oh. Well, that was an easy one. Yeah, I think the intent is that you can actually, get to use the shiny toy, because you're supposed to be using it here to see how it feels, to decide if you want to buy it. Unfortunately, this area is so limited in its usage that it's kind of hard to tell how it would fare in other missions for you. Although I suppose the cynic could say, oh, it tells you everything you need to know. It's a bloody pain in the ass to aim.
I don't need to tell you what the Anarchs are capable of. Get them out.
Alright, so this is on its route. Which way is it going? This way. Okay. Which means I need to find the other terminals. And deal with them. Oh, I'm gonna burn through so many ciphers with Parita. Don't even know how many I have left, but I need to check it at some point. There we go.
Safe and recovering. You, on the other hand, need to get back out into the field. Go!
How are you supposed to try before you buy? Yeah, it's unlocked by default in Parita. You just get it. Whereas outside of Parita, you don't just get it. You have to buy it.
Must help Hivekin. Anarch's attack. Energy.
I'm helping.
You
Yep, yep.
save.
You tell me where the energy is. There it is. I'll pick it up. Grab it. Bring it to the Hivekin. Wasn't there a single prime sub just before the double gift? I will double check and see if the tree needs an update right after this mission. Yes, I'll double check on that.
I want fire. I want fury. Let a
Ooh.
Warframe take the field.
All right, mates up. Bring it. I'm gonna have to be quick though, because I need to charge up the Typhilist. Wait, where's my... Put that back. There we go. Not even slightly concerned.
Hivekin safe. Hivekin think tank.
Ta-da! Alright, next location. This way. Mirror Wave's back with new tea. Whatever tea it is, I'm sure it's quality.
Why? None of our soul damned
Anyway,
We just need to get one into Orican territory in one piece.
let's get the shuttle powered up. Tauron time! Bzzz. Honestly, I kind of wish that one's beam lasted a bit longer, but okay. Considering the sheer AoE effect of some of the others, that beam does not last long. I took offense to the ship being too far away for me to shoot. You have them being longer? I mean, more persistent. Doesn't necessarily need to be longer. Oh yeah, the cast time on all the Taurons is a lot, especially considering it's so cinematically focused. I get it's supposed to look cool. This is a game that's supposed to look cool whilst you're doing the mission. Not exactly a huge fan of cutscenes. Especially when my ability is the cutscene. It's like... Alright, 600 meters, 18 seconds. I'm not getting to the next one, so let's just chill and shoot stuff. Might as well, you know? There we are. Okay, here we are, the Vanguard. Let's take him out. Tauron is not charged, but it's charging very, very quickly. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's find out what happens here.
Turning loyal friends into maddened enemies. Lay their tormented ghosts
Where is it?
to rest.
Didn't even kill it. Huh. Alright. Next! Oh, need to hit the thing. There we are. Get rid of the time anchor. There we go. Need the charge. Where's the headshot? I'm keenly aware of the meteors landing on my face. Kindly not, sir. Gods, will you perish? I can't headshot that. Don't know why I can't, but I can't. Alright, let's see if this works on the group of them. It did not work on the group of them. God damn it, that little zippy bastard. Alright, Mesa down. Ember down. Let's get rid of that thing. Now let's try and get rid of that thing. There we go. Protea has gone invulnerable. Down. Died to the procs. Ta-da! There we go.
Even with prime warframes turned upon you.
Yes, yes, Mirrorly, but I'm not hyper cheesing the fight.
Honor.
From Subther saying, do you think it's better to use two Omniform or use a separate Warframe in the long run? I mean, if you got Omniform, use them, why not? Now, if you haven't got them and you're considering buying them with Platinum or buying another Warframe, then it's more of a shake-up, yeah. Honestly, depends on your use case. Also, 2 Prime Blueprints. Nice. And a whole bunch of mods. Yeah, Marcelos, it is an interesting one. And certainly not an enviable situation from a game design perspective. How do you create something cinematic in a game like Warframe for general mission use. And I'm not sure there is a case for that. We'll have to see, really. We'll have to see. Also, Smolson did say the outside. There we are. Okay. Can these primes be turned into ducats? I'm gonna guess no. But that is a guess. Having 2 Warframes means different shards? True. Downside, having 2 Warframes means you need 2 sets of shards for the same benefit. So yeah, there is that. Right, there was the question about, was there a sub just before the hype train that I didn't put on the tree? Let's see... I think you're right, yes. There was one during the mission, and then the mission ended, we got the 100 subs. So you're very right, there was a bauble missing. So let's fix that right now. This one, if I shove a bit of tinsel through it, it can hang on the tinsel. Look at that. Isn't that a creative way to find a new spot? I use the tinsel to mount the bauble. I make my own branches when we run out of them. Alright then. With that, I think though, that is where we're going to have to do ourselves a platinum giveaway. Now, I've been away for a hot minute. And I need to double check, because D are also on a holiday break. And I need to double check exactly how that affects giveaways real quick, because I didn't actually think to check that earlier. Which is mildly silly of me. So let me just check on this. Yeah. Yeah, there is a Gepparino in there. Let me just check where things are at. Ooh. I'm going to need to check in on that. It looks like there's some crossovers on dates that aren't the dates I expected, actually. Which is more than a little bit concerning. I will need to check in on that. But we should still be able to do a 75 plat giveaway. We should still be able to do that, no problem. From Voodoo Ray Ray, what's the command again to choose your own Warframe for the giveaway thingy? You want to be using !pick frame alongside the name of the avatar you wish to use, whether it be a Lavos, whether it be a Enoros, or if you want to use someone else's fashion that has been submitted. For example, if you wanted to put in, well, just any of the ones under !pick avatars to see the list of them. Absolutely. So !pick frame if you want to set your frame for the giveaway arena. But with that in mind, let's open up said giveaway arena. Let's get that loaded up onto here. Should be just a moment whilst that comes through. And let's open up that drawer. Alright, let's move the camera out of the way. We're going to do a 75 plat giveaway here. !enter for a chance to win that 75 platinum. Get right into there. Also, I saw a question just as we started there. Quick rundown on current Lavos build. It is basically the build that you see as the weapons platform, Weapon Max, in my latest Lavos guide. So if you head on over to my website, and you can go through the catalog there, or if you go to YouTube directly and search for Lavos from me, the latest one, the one that has Lavos Prime, that has the builds that I use on Lavos, and that includes the Weapon Maxed one. The only slight change I made here for today's run was I changed out the Strength Arcane for a secondary fire rate because I was using that specifically on the bosses. And that was that. Yep, !enter for a chance to win the 75 plat on the giveaway here. And we do have a variety of frames here, you do see. So if you are a VIP, if you are a subscriber, even if you've been gifted a subscription, you can change your appearance in all upcoming giveaways using !Warframe, followed by the name of the Warframe or avatar you wish to embody. An !avatar, you can see the link to all of the avatars on the website there. So you get a little cosmetic upgrade if you are a supporter of the channel. And indeed, if you've been gifted a subscription, you change your frame and then your sub runs out, you remain the choice you have made. So if you choose to take on Petra's amazing Anaros, or if you choose to take on my ugly Anaros, whichever you pick, it sticks even if the gift sub runs out. And if you ever change your mind, you can always switch it back to default. Anyone at any time can set themselves back to default, which is Lavos Prime. Is that? No, just normal Lavos actually, is that? No, that is the Lavos Prime, yeah. I'm getting myself confused now. Can you still pick that Anaris? Well, my one, Petra, yeah. My crappy Anaris is still there as well. Alright, last chance on ! Enter to join in the giveaway for 75 plat. We have to run 10 seconds. And it's go time. Let's see then, out of those of you who've entered on this, the penultimate stream of the year, potentially, we'll see what I'm hoping for on that. Let's see where we end up, who is going to be the winner on today's 75 plat draw. Yeah, Defsco's red cape really does stand out, doesn't it, Dugtile? You cannot miss that one. But here we have it, our winner today is Exekentenryu. If there are some capitals in there to help you understand your name, very sorry, the bot can't read capitals. It's just how it works. But congratulations there, second. That platinum can be coming your way, but we need some details. According to the big red text on the screen there, we don't have your Warframe username and platform. Very simple fix on that. If you type in !IGN, along with your Warframe username and then your platform, all in one message, we'll know exactly where to send that over to. So it's !IGN, your Warframe username, and your platform, and will be sent on over to you. Thank you, Tolbrew. Yeah, need it all in one message there, second. All in one message. And then it's as simple as that. And the thing is that it's not per giveaway, that IGN command. I know some streamers do it that way. Like, oh, I only want people who interact to be around, blah, 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 blah. You've entered at the point that it's there. So as far as I'm concerned, you're active, you're engaged. So if you use the IGN command anytime on this stream, on any of the streams I run, then it is forever saved as those details. Forever saved. So if you win a future giveaway, you don't need to worry about redoing the IGN process and maybe messing it up or something. It's done. And the bot is able to read and recognize that. That's why we got the big red text saying it's not currently there. But now we have it. So there we are then. And so, with that, you wonderful lot, it is unfortunately time to end the stream. I know, it feels like I've only just come back from holiday and now it's straight off the stream, but I've got plenty of things to do, videos to work on, all those bits and pieces, and so we'll just have to look forward to that, won't we? But that is where we're going to wrap it up here today. I'll be live again on maybe Wednesday. If not Wednesday, then it'll be Friday. That's simply because Wednesday is New Year's. It does depend on what's going on. If my housemate's got something going on, because I'm not going to interfere with that, quite honestly. A big old end of year celebration does take priority if that turns up. But for now, that is all from me. I'll see you all in the next one. Have yourselves a wonderful start to the year if I don't see you before then. And again, thank you for all the support, as ever. Bye-bye.